Good morning, Ghana.
It's the 1st of January 2024. Happy New Year and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9 FM in Accra. It's live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including ATL FM in Cape Coast, Might FM in Tamale, Biwa Radio Yendi, and in Kligi FM in Bole. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, close call at the Black Star Square as fireworks misfire, endangering the lives of thousands of revelers who gathered last night to welcome the new year.
Okay, so I guess that's supposed to be a firework that has misfired. So it seems thrilling for those who are watching.
And much later, we'll hear from some of you on what you expect from 2024.
I'm graduating from school, so, just to grab the degree and then have more fun after school.
Hopefully, get a degree, BMW.
You want to buy a BMW in 2024?
Our apartments, we get married.
Also, brace yourself to pay more taxes with new revenue measures passed by Parliament set to take effect today.
What sort of tax is this? It's regressive. It's regressive because the person using a motorbike should not pay the same tax to the person using Lexus NX570.
Meanwhile, Bolt, Uber, Yango, and other ride-hailing services to strike this new year, if government does not rescind its decision to charge them vehicle income tax from this year.
It is good to pay tax, and I know the importance of tax. Every driver in Ghana is already paying a value-added tax of 21.9% since July 1st, 2023.
But the Ghana Revenue Authority is not budging, insisting the tax is part of measures to widen the tax net.
Sometimes people should understand because it's the same people who say widen the net. And like we started, you said we are focusing on the same people all the time and we are creating fatigue. And when we are trying to widen the net today, say, why are you going to this area? Why are you going to this area?
In business,
National Insurance Commission to sanction firms that fail to abide by new tariffs for third-party premiums, which takes effect today. We have details on the Joy Business Report.
Well, the United Nations chief is meanwhile calling for global unity to make 2024 a year for building trust and hope following the immense suffering, violence, and climate chaos that characterized 2023.
It has resolved to make 2024 a year of building trust and hope in all that we can accomplish together. I wish you a happy and peaceful new year.
And get ready for a thrill of a lifetime as the Joy FM 90s Jam makes a comeback next Friday. These and more here with me, Fred Smith. This is Joy News, independent, fearless, and credible journalism. Let's start from Accra. Well, there was a close call at the Black Star Square as fireworks misfired, endangering the lives of thousands of revelers who gathered on New Year's Eve. The timely intervention of the Ghana National Fire Service and the military averted a catastrophe. Meanwhile, unlike 2023, many are hopeful 2024 will be good to them. There's more in the following reports.
It's the last night of 2023, and the world divides into two distinct realms. One filled with fervent prayers, echoing in sacred spaces, seeking solace in the hallowed halls of worship.
Whatever you are believing the Lord for in 2024, thank the Lord. And by faith, you can go and drop a seed.
Pray to God to forgive you for your sins.
From January to December, we are saved.
Others embrace the night with joyous beats and laughter.
Coco, meti, tree, kakra, kakra.
What's the tree, kakra, kakra? Okay.
Sika, money.
And at the stroke of midnight, fireworks lit up the night sky. The cheer at the Black Star Square from the splendid fireworks quickly turned upside down.
Okay, so I guess that's supposed to be a firework that has misfired. So it seems thrilling for those who are watching, but certainly for those who are working with the fire department, that's something to be concerned about.
Nevertheless, the enjoyment goes on. Many compared 2023 to 1983 when Ghana experienced a great famine. Some even argue that 2023 might have been even tougher. Despite this, there's a prevailing optimism that 2024 holds a promise of a brighter future.
I'm graduating from school, so, just to grab the degree and then have more fun after school.
Hopefully, get a degree, BMW.
You want to buy a BMW in 2024?
It's our apartments, we get married. That's it.
So it's really hard to predict, say maybe they'll win or lose. It's really hard. So I don't know why the government will be like, after your struggle, then it will be like, they'll deduct tax. 10%. Because when you are placing the bet, the government will not give you the money for the placement of the bet. But I don't know why when you chop the bet, they'll be like, you then go deduct. It doesn't make sense. For me, it doesn't make sense.
And that report was filed by Michael Ashali. Now, from today, you will pay more in taxes after Parliament passed a number of revenue measures before rising for Christmas last month. Drivers of internal combustion vehicles will pay some more each year. Insurance premiums will also go up. Parliamentary Affairs correspondent Kweku Asante has more.
Deep into the night, Friday, 22nd December, Parliament was busy. It has, by majority decision, passed a raft of new taxes set to take effect this new year, despite opposition from the NDC MPs. The VAT Amendment Bill imposes a value-added tax on insurance premiums, which will raise the cost from this new year. This bill also imposes a VAT on imported textbooks, erasers, and other stationery. On the positive side, however, this bill zero rates VAT on locally manufactured sanitary pads. Government expects this will bring down the cost of sanitary pads on the market. The House also approved the emissions levy bill, again despite opposition from the NDC, which imposes a levy of 100 cedis on petrol and diesel vehicles. The minority described these taxes as regressive and not well thought through.
What sort of tax is this? It's regressive. It's regressive because the person using a motorbike should not pay the same tax to the person using Lexus NX570.
But the majority side mounted a spirited defense.
By 2030, combustion engines will be outlawed in parts of Europe, where most of our cars come from. We will not get those combustion engines or spare parts to come and repair those cars here. And it will become extremely punitive and even more expensive to even bring such car parts.
And that report was filed by our Parliamentary Affairs correspondent, Kweku Asante. Now, I expect a nationwide strike from Bolt, Uber, Yango, and other online drivers this new year if government does not review a decision to charge them vehicle income tax from today. The vehicle income tax is paid by taxi, trotro, and other commercial vehicles. Government is now adding ride-hailing drivers. The Online Drivers Association say they've not been consulted on this new tax policy. Meanwhile, the Ghana Revenue Authority has justified the decision to impose the vehicle income tax on these ride-hailing services, insisting it is part of measures to widen the tax net. Commissioner General Reverend Dr. Amishadai Owusu-Amoah says they also want to target persons operating in the e-commerce space. Now, the United Nations is calling for global unity to make 2024 a year for building trust and hope following the immense suffering, violence, and climate chaos that characterized 2023. In 2023, was adjudged the hottest year ever, with a number of coups in Africa, whereas Israel waged war on Gaza and Russia and Ukraine continued to fight. Secretary General Antonio Guterres is hopeful 2024 will be much better.
Humanity is strongest when we stand together. 2024 must be a year for rebuilding trust and restoring hope. We must come together across divides for shared solutions, for climate action, for economic opportunity and a fairer global financial system that delivers for all. Together we must stand up against the discrimination and hatred that are poisoning relations between countries and communities.
You heard the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Now, the Joy FM 90s Jam makes a comeback this Friday at the City Galleria, close to the Accra Mall. Lovers of music made in the 90s should get ready for a thrill of a lifetime. From Ghana's Boga High Life to Hip Life, sandwiched with hip-hop, pop and funk, revelers will have a good time. Maxwell Agbagba has more in this report.
This was what it was like at the last 90s Jam at the Silver Star Towers. The biggest New Year party is back, and you can expect some of these songs at the event on the 5th January.
Boy, be so GG me. If I baby, I'm not tight me. Why am I feeding me? Who treat me?
And that's how we end the news at 6 here on Joy 99.7 FM. We have more at myjoyonline.com. The Super Morning Show continues.